Good morning. Hello. How is everyone doing today? It's good to see you again, and I hope everybody had a really good weekend and is ready for this upcoming week that's up ahead. Today, our lesson, or today or this week, our lesson is going to be kind of focusing on managing our daily tasks. All of us have different tasks that we need to do every day, different tasks that we need to accomplish throughout the week. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some different ways to manage those. How can we manage the tasks that we need to complete? When it comes to managing our daily tasks, there's no one size fits all for everybody. So what works for me won't work for you or won't work for the person next to you. Or it might. You never know. We each need to find the strategy, the skill, whatever we need that's going to work the best for us. So we're going to talk about a few different options today, and maybe you can see what works well for you, maybe try a new one, or when we get together throughout the week or with the people that you're with, please share what works the best for you in managing the daily tasks that you have to get completed throughout your day. When we think about that task management, some of us learn better visually, some of us learn better through hearing, some of us like to have things that are set in a very set routine. There's different methods and different things that are going to work. Also, depending on what task we need to complete, also might make a difference as to what strategy that we're using. So I might use one strategy for different things like shopping and tasks that I need to get completed at home, where I might use a different strategy for maybe tasks that I need to complete at work. There's different ways of doing these things and different strategies that work for different tasks. So we're going to take a look at some different methods. We're going to take a look at some different strategies and how we can manage our tasks and to see if there's maybe a new idea that might work for you. So we're going to go through a few of them today. Some of them that I have, the first one I have is a list. If you have some tasks that you need to complete, make a list. Create a list of the things that you need to do. Maybe that could be making a list for the day. Maybe that could be making a list for the week. Or maybe if you want to look as far ahead as a month, you can put them down for a month. Maybe you use a calendar. Maybe you have like an agenda book, and on your calendar you can create a list of things that you're going to do every Wednesday, things that you're going to do this week, the following week, and the next week. Maybe you have a calendar to be able to see that visual calendar set out for the month. Maybe you want to be able to put those things in there. But just making a list. So you're listing the things out that you have to get accomplished. Listing the things out that you want to get done. Maybe you could do texting, emailing, if you are more into technology based. Sometimes if there's something that I need to remember to do, I will text it to myself. I can email it to myself. So if that's something that works really well for you, you can send it to yourself on your phone. You get the notification that it's come, and then you're like, oh, now I remember I have to get this accomplished today. Maybe sending that information to yourself by texting it out, typing it out, is going to help you to get that accomplished too. Another method that I found is called the Kanban method. And this is kind of an interesting one. The Kanban method is where you are taking a look at what you have to do, what you are doing, and what is done. So here I have a little bit of a visual. This, and I think is probably going to show up backwards, but this is the Kanban method. It's a visual. So you have things hung up. This is your to-do. So everything that you have to do for that day, you list it all out. So maybe you write it down on sticky notes or little pieces of paper and you hang them up. As you start to do that task or do those things, you put it in the doing column. So now if you need to make sure that you do laundry that day, laundry is here on your to-do, then you move it to doing once you start your laundry. When your laundry is all finished, maybe then it comes over here into the done section. Maybe you have to do one for washing clothes, folding clothes, put away clothes. So maybe all three of those are here in your to-do. While you're washing, it goes here. When you're done washing, it goes in done. When you're folding clothes, move your folding clothes to doing. You're folding your clothes. When they're done, you put it in the done pile, or the done column, excuse me. When you are finished putting your clothes away, you put it into the done section. So this is just kind of a little visual as to what that would look like. To do, doing, and done. Another idea that you could do is just simple paper pencil. You have a piece of paper, you write it down. You have sticky notes, you write it down. For me, I write down a lot of stuff. I use a lot of index cards, sticky notes. I write down what I have to get done. Once it's finished, I cross it off. There's different ways that you can do any kind of paper pencil. Writing it down, going back to creating that list that we talked about earlier, but making sure that you have it when it's finished, you can check it off, cross it off. In my calendar every day, I write down everything I want to get done that day, and when it's finished, I put a check by it so that I know I'm done. Another little reminder thing that a lot of people might use is this. If you've ever seen this picture, string on your finger means don't forget. Sometimes we just need a little bit of a visual or something that's going to remind us of the task that we need to do. So maybe this is kind of something that you can do. Not necessarily tying a piece of string to your finger, but is there some sort of visual that you have that can help you remember what task you need to complete? Maybe that's a visual reminder. So maybe if you are going to make sure that you do phone calls that day, maybe you have something that reminds you of your phone, or maybe you move your phone a little bit closer. When I have to go grocery shopping, my list is something that I lay out on my counter so I can visually see that and know that that's something that I have to get done that day. If it's days where I need to make sure that I'm doing my dishes, then maybe I can set out my soap, or I can see my soap that I'm going to be washing dishes a little bit closer. Then I can have that visual to know what my skill is or task is for that day. Maybe you can use the calendar for this too. So if you have a calendar that's set up, you can see your whole month laid out, your whole week laid out, and you write them in there. Maybe that's the visual that you need. Maybe a picture schedule. Having that picture schedule of what you want to accomplish, what your goals are, or what your tasks are, and taking those down or removing those as soon as you have them completed. Maybe you have a this and then. Different things that you can actually see and visually remind you of what you need to accomplish. That's what the finger and the string mean. Having that string on your finger is a don't forget. It's a visual reminder of what you need to accomplish. Maybe you have a whiteboard. You can write things down. I have a whiteboard that sits on my refrigerator to leave little notes. Maybe I remind my kids, hey, tonight I have to work a little late, don't forget. Different tasks that maybe are happening or notes, you can write them down on a whiteboard. Maybe it's that visual of having it there, you can see it, and you can visually be able to tell what's going to happen or what you need to have happen for that day. Also, a whiteboard is easy. You can write on it. When you're finished, you can easily erase. So then you know this is what I was accomplishing. Now I'm finished. Now I can erase it because it's done. Using that as a visual and an action to be able to help remind and remember what your tasks are for that day. Another thing is, going back to technology-wise, maybe you like to use apps. There's a lot of different apps out there that you can use on your iPad or on your phone that can help you create reminders, help you create lists, help you create calendars, visual schedules, anything that you possibly could want. If you would rather use those on a phone or on an iPad, they are also available for you. Those same methods that we've already talked about through technology as well. One thing I want you to kind of remember, no matter what method works for you, no matter what you're trying to accomplish, there's no one perfect way to be able to manage all your tasks. You might need more than one method. There might be things that you're doing right now that you don't even realize to help you manage your tasks for the day. So think about what those methods are. Think about what you already do. Stop and take a look. What are you doing to help manage your day, your daily tasks to get through that, to keep up with everything that you need to do? So maybe experiment with some of them. Start getting your tasks organized. Start trying some new ideas. See what would work. But I think the biggest things that we need to remember when we're trying to get through our daily tasks are just a few things. Make sure you're prioritizing. Prioritize what is important and what you need to get accomplished. What do you need to have done for those daily tasks? Prioritize the importance. Make sure that you stay flexible. Sometimes things happen. Being flexible and managing change. Sometimes we have a really good plan and we want these things to work out, but sometimes they don't. Be flexible. Be able to accept that change. Manage change that comes across and maybe not accomplishing what you needed to for the day. If you don't get everything done, don't beat yourself up about it. Be flexible and manage that change. And keep some patience. We all have different things that are going on. We all have different things that come up, unexpected things that come up. So making sure that we're prioritizing, managing change, staying flexible, and always being patient, it can help us get all of our goals accomplished. Help us manage those daily tasks that we need to have accomplished each and every day. I can't wait to talk to you about some of the different things that you already do, maybe some of the things that you're willing to try, and how you organize your day, and manage your daily tasks. I can't wait to see you all this week. Have yourself a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.